Welcome to Duo Chat with Brittany and Cynthia, where we talk about drama shows from shows ranging from the 90s to today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brittany.
And I'm Cynthia.
And today we're talking about Season 3, Episode 12. They were like halfway through the season. The title is Weekend in the Country. Air date January 19th, 2000. It's weird to say 2000. And the synopsis is...
Joey's friends and their families work together to make sure that the opening of Potter's Bed and Breakfast is a success, and that she and Bessie don't lose everything they have after Pacey surprises them with a visit from a travel critic. Meanwhile, Jen admits her concerns to Grams about getting close to Henry. Jack considers moving back home to his own house after hearing that Andy misses him. Also, Dawson tries to understand the connection between his parents after their divorce.
Now, did you like how it starts?
Yeah, the three of them at Joey's place for once.
What was the movie they were watching?
I don't even know. I wasn't paying attention.
Did you notice it was in color?
Yeah.
Dawson always watches black and white movies.
Right.
I'm like, I wonder if it was really Dawson's choice.
Probably not.
Because clearly it's not black and white, so it can't be his choice for a movie night.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it like daytime that they're watching a movie too?
I think.
I mean, so what do you think it is? A Saturday?
Maybe. I don't know.
Because it is the weekend. But I would think that like Friday they'd be at school. So it can't be Friday.
Unless it's like...
Yeah, but it didn't look like the evening.
No.
So the beginning was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
Did you notice every time the camera would go to Pacey, he was laughing even harder every time?
No, I didn't.
I did, because I would just like, I started laughing because it was like, oh, there he is laughing again. And it was weird that Joey was like talking about like, oh, because like in the movie they're like dancing in the kitchen. And then didn't Dawson say like his parents used to dance in the kitchen?
I think so, yeah.
And then Joey turns to Pacey. What about your parents? And he's like, dancing in the kitchen? No. And I'm like, I could not see, because we've never met Mrs. Witter. So, but we've seen Mr. Witter, and well, he does not seem like the dancing kind of guy.
Right.
He doesn't even look like he would dance at his own wedding, let alone just randomly dancing in the kitchen. Like, yes, Mitch and Gail, yes. Pacey's dad, no. I mean, even Joey's dad doesn't seem like the dancing kind of guy.
Right.
Do you think so?
No, yeah, you're right. Plus, we did see Gail and Mitch dance that one time in season one when they were trying to, kind of fix their marriage after Gail.
And wasn't there no music? Wasn't there no music?
No, yeah, so they were just nothing.
Yeah, see, they're the type that would dance in the kitchen. And then Pacey has popcorn all over him.
I don't know something either.
What do you notice?
Just what's going on in the scenes, like plot wise. So, like,
You watch nothing.
No, I was watching Joey get the phone call from a telemarketer, and then the religious people at the door, and she's trying to
and it's not just religious people. Okay, she answers the phone call.
Yeah.
She thinks it's going to be someone, because she said, it's been open for a day. And of course, it's a telemarketer. And then right away she says, oh, are you ever going to be in town? Well, I'm like, Joey, that sounds desperate. And then she gets a knock at the door, and it's like, and then isn't that where she tells Pacey to put his feet down? Because his feet were on the
table.
Yeah. So then she opens the door, and then it's the Jehovah's. I was like, oh my gosh. Like when JWs come to your door. See, she opened the door. I hide.
Well, she thought it was maybe guests, so.
Yeah. Trying to get you into the cult. Yeah, I just hide from mine. I did.
Yeah.
You were supposed to come over that day?
Yeah.
And...
No, I did. It was just, it happened right before I came over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was you with the door. And then I looked outside. I'm like, no, that's a truck. And it was two grown men. And I was like, I am not answering the door. And then like I hid. And I was like being all quiet, far away from the window. And then they finally left. It was very creepy. I'm sorry, I'm not going to I just felt like they might shove me in their truck or something.
No, I know.
It was creepy. Like, no. And then, like, I was like, and then I was hoping, like, you weren't going to show up at that same time because then they would know I'm home.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was, like, going to text you, can you go next door? Just park in the driveway.
Yeah.
Because I did not want them coming. Did you know a couple weeks ago there was another one? How?
Here?
Is there, like, am I on a target list or something that, like,
You must be.
all the Jehovah's should show up at Brittany's house?
Mm-hmm.
Because there was. And I think it was also because I remember the one day it was raining and they only went to my house. Really weird. Okay, but I've now had 3 somewhat interactions with them. No. Well, one was just like 2 years ago.
Oh.
I got a letter in the mail addressed to me with my name. It was handwritten. It was the creepiest thing. Like, how do you have my name, my address? You all are a bunch of freaks. Yeah. I was so creeped out. I was like, burn this. And then, and then I get this, and it was so weird because, like, on their pamphlet, there's nowhere does it say Jehovah. It's the creepiest thing. Except in the very bottom corner it says jw.org. And it's like, oh, no. Like that, but nowhere does it say it. Yeah. I'm like, really? And the thing is, I do want to talk to them, but I want somebody like our age that's like a female. I don't want grown men coming to my door. Yeah. If you check the internet, it tells you how old I am. Why would you go to my door?
They don't even have the internet. Oh, no, they have.
They have the.
Well, maybe they have limits too, but they can look at the internet. Probably.
Then how did they get my name and address, Cynthia,
I don't know.
and hand write me a letter?
I don't know.
That was creepy. I'm like, did somebody put me on like a hit list? I feel like I'm on a hit list.
Yeah, because we mentioned this. Well, you mentioned this before with me and JC sometime back.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah,
because I was so freaked out. I remember like sweating and talking to you guys about it, having you guys help me mentally through it. But yeah, if they ever come to knocking on your door,
they never do. But
huh?
They never do.
Well, they need to. Go to Cynthia's house. Don't come to mine, because you're not gonna get to talk to me. What?
No, I was just thinking about videos online.
No. Here's the thing. If I change religions, it ain't gonna be to your cult. Well, it is.
Yeah, I know.
It's a cult. I'm sorry to tell you. It's like a job. Yeah. You have to have so many hours in the month of going door to door. And how many do you actually think they get?
I don't know.
When they go door to door. I always wonder that. Because it's just creepy. What if you go to the wrong house? Did they ever think of that too? Going door to door isn't exactly the safest thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they should really rethink that. But, of course, it would be a Jehovah at the door. Oh, I'm sorry. A JW at the door. And then, it goes to the theme song. So, what did you think when Pacey came in and said that he got Mr. Fricky or something? Yeah, to come to the B&B.
Well, after being open for one day, that's way too soon. They don't even, like she said, they don't have a guest, and apparently that they had a room that wasn't even finished. I don't even know why they even opened if that was the case, but.
How many bedrooms are there? Because we know that the Potter house started out with 2. So, how many bedrooms are there now?
Well, if you think about with everybody that stayed, so.
Okay. So you have Bess. Let's start with just the family. You got Bess. And then the baby has a room. Oh, he must have a room. Joey has a room. Then you start with the guests. Mr. and Mrs. Leary had one. Jen and probably Grant. Or do you think that they I don't know.
No, I think it was Graham's, Jen.
Okay. And then Jack and Andy.
And then Dawson.
I don't even know if I don't even think they stayed.
Yeah. So that's
6.
Yeah.
6. It went from a 2-bedroom to a 6-bedroom.
I don't even know if they would even have enough land to have done that.
And no.
Yeah. So
In the house didn't move. Like, as in, they didn't, like, extend, like, add on. Because when you add on, then you're taking up more yard.
unless it's from the back that we just don't see, but I don't know how that would even work either.
Yeah, it was just weird. I was like, all right, it's all of a sudden went from a 2-bedroom to like a 20-bedroom house. That's what it felt like. And again, nothing has changed on the inside really to be different from what it used to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's still a small house. Yeah. And think about it. If you have a B&B, because I know I'm skipping, but when they're eating breakfast, it looks like it's 2 different tables.
Oh, I didn't know.
Like, they just brought in a different table, and like, if you have a bed and breakfast, you would have a big table that would fit all of your guests.
Yeah.
So the fact that you just brought one in and put it there like it's some kind of holiday party, no, this is your business. Like, you should have a big long table for everybody to stay at or to sit at.
Yeah, maybe they just couldn't afford it after adding all those rooms.
Okay, but I'm just saying, like, it looked kind of weird. Like, it definitely looked like it wasn't finished. Mm-hmm. That's for sure. Yeah. Okay, so Dawson, is in the yard. Joey catches him. And
that was kind of creepy. He just walks up with his camera already filming.
Well, because he's filming the outside, apparently.
Yeah, but, like, Joey didn't even know what he was doing. Like, he didn't, like, say, I'm going to come over and do this, film the B&B. But
that's what Dawson does. He just creeps on people.
Yeah, so I mean, it was a nice idea, but he just didn't give her a heads up,
Well, and so then inside, he's filming Joey. Mm-hmm. Okay, Joey's being all herself, right?
Oh, that's real, yeah.
Yeah, so Joey's being all herself, and Dawson said to be perky or whatever.
Yeah, look welcoming.
Yes, and she was like, "I'm not perky" or whatever, like. When has Joey ever been perky?
Yeah.
Never that I've seen. The girl is moody, depressed, definitely not perky. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I didn't see what Dawson apparently sees. I guess in his mind, she's this perky, happy person when she's totally not that person. And so do you think it's weird that Joey like kind of took charge with the B&B when it came to Mr. Fricky and everything? Like, Bess is the adult. Yeah. Wouldn't Bess be showing him around and as the adult?
Yeah,
and should. Joey was taking like ownership in it all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she should be, but
like I get Joey bossing Pacey around, fix this, do that, but Bess, I would think, would be showing the guests around because she is the adult. Mm-hmm. Like, who would let the 16-year-old do it?
Yeah, she went somewhere apparently, but I saw Joey as doing it too, just because that it was the dream that her mom had, so she was like kind of like leading the way to make that happen, and Bess completely forgot about the dream, so that's why it just made more sense for Joey to be in charge of the whole thing for her mom.
So then we go to like the bank, and that's where Bess, needs a loan. Yeah. What did you think of that?
Well, I wasn't surprised after all these room add-ons, but
that they had no money for to begin with.
Yeah, I thought they would have been smarter to.
I mean, they didn't even sell the ice house because the ice house was burned.
Yeah, and they never mentioned about insurance money.
I don't think they got insurance money though.
Right.
Because Joey had to work. It's not like they had free money.
Right.
To live off of. Joey had to work. Mm-hmm. So, and then all of a sudden, again, neither one of them are working, but we're going to have a B&B. That didn't make any sense either. Where did you get the money for the B&B?
I know.
Your dad's in prison.
Yeah,
he's not giving you any money.
Yeah, even if Pacey saved the money on construction, they still had to, buy. Well, they were supposed to buy things like a table, but they didn't. I don't know.
Well, and then in this episode, we find out that Bodie is working somewhere else out of town.
Yep, I forget about that.
So Bodie's working out of town to make money, right?
Yeah, it has to be.
Okay, well, he has to be living there, right? That's why he's not coming home?
Yeah.
So he has to either be renting something or staying at a hotel, which is going to cost you money. You have to pay for food, all of that. So so the paycheck that he gets, some of it goes to them, but most of it's going to stay where he's at because he needs to live off of. So my thing is, he doesn't even have enough money to support this pipe dream.
Yeah.
So where are they getting this money from?
Yeah.
Joey didn't make that much at her job. Bodie can't be making that much and also supporting himself and supporting the family. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And Bess doesn't work. So, and Dad's in prison. So where are they getting this money from?
I don't know, but
they are poor to begin with.
Yeah, Bess did mention that they can't afford Bodie to be coming home more often. So I'm guessing he has to live not just out of state, but maybe even across the country, you know?
Yeah, but again, he's obviously sending some money home, but it
Mhm.
can't be enough to live off of and have all this. And think about it. They spent a lot of money on that addition or whatever they were doing to the ice house that was burned down.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
So
that.
they spent a lot of money in that because Bess let Dad do what Dad wanted.
Yeah, maybe that's how they got into debt. But even if they did that, then they definitely wouldn't have been able to do it.
I know.
To make the B&B. So
Because
that
it's
makes less
not
sense now.
like they had the ice house to sell
Mhm.
and they have all this money to have the B&B.
Mhm.
No. And their house was a 2-bedroom house. There was no way you're going to get all of that done and all the add-on for zero money. It's not going to happen.
When was it a 2-story house?
No, 2-bedroom.
Oh, 2-bedroom. I heard 2 stories.
You're just not going to get all that work done.
Mhm.
And off of what Joey's little money that she was making,
Mhm.
she had I still don't know how she was able to pay for their living. I still haven't figured that out. Have you?
Yeah. Because minimum wage and only working like
Especially in the 90s.
hours, yeah, every day.
Yeah. You're only making a couple dollars.
Mm-hmm.
You do not have enough money to support the family. Yeah. And now, what? You just saved all her money and now you can... People, this is not realistic. You cannot do this.
And make even less sense today with all that. So
it doesn't make any sense to me at all. Mm-hmm. No matter what age, decade, whatever. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. They do not have the money to open a bed and breakfast. Mm-hmm. It would have been one thing if their house looked like that. Like, you could do that to Dawson's house because, I mean, it looks like it's supposed to have that many bedrooms. And it has, a nice size kitchen and, but you can't do that to Joey's house. It just doesn't make any sense to do all this add-on and stuff. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't. They have no money. Sorry. Mitch and Gail have the money. So who do you agree with? Because Joey throws it in Bess's face like, oh, it's my house too, and it's the last thing of Mom. And then Bess is like, well, she left it to me and basically also you. And, like basically she's in charge until she's 18. So whose side are you on? Because Bess also then says, you don't know what it's like because you're not an adult to have to basically beg or whatever to some trust fund kid.
And have responsibility.
Yeah, like, how she had to, do that. And, to get a loan or, what was that again?
Yeah, to get a loan, but they ended up talking about
Yeah. And so whose side are you on? Bess or Joey? Like, who's right?
I mean, they both are for different reasons. Like, Bess is the adult. So she has a final say, and their mom did leave the house to her.
But
Joey is still like the other 50% of the family, so she should have a say.
Well, it's not even that. Joey has been working for a few years now.
I was gonna say that, yeah.
She's not a regular teenage girl. Mm-hmm. She lost her mom. She had to start working, at the ice house. She's had to deal with all this grown-up stuff. So you can't say that just because she's 16, she doesn't get a say. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She's not an adult. Again, she's not an adult, but she's been going through adult stuff since she was young. Mm-hmm. So, and she's been working. Yeah. That's a big responsibility to work, go to school, and also make sure that you get all A's so you can go to the best college out there. Mm-hmm. Because we don't have money for you to go to college, so you have to make your own way.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of pressure on a 16-year-old. You know, and then dad's in prison. Mom's gone. Like, you know, mom passed away. There is so much that she's going and dealing with that Bess, I think, forgets that she's a 16-year-old girl. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, she likes to throw it in her face. Well, you're just 16. I'm the adult. But a lot of times, Bess does not act like the adult. Mm-hmm. Joey acts like the adult. Yeah. So I hate that Bess is saying that because Joey deserves. Because think about it. Joey has a part-time job. Or, you know, she did. She should have been saving that money for college. Instead, she was supporting her family. Who does that? Bess. If Bess was really the adult, Bess would have found a way to make money. Not let her 16-year-old sister do it. So who's the adult there? Obviously, Joey. And that she had that creepy boss, too. I mean, so I didn't like what Bess... I mean, yes, I get it. Bess didn't like having to go there and you know, try to get a loan and, you know, and all of that. I get that part. And I get what she's trying to say, that she's the one that's in charge legally. But you can't throw it in Joey's face that Joey is 16. Because Joey, a lot of the times, doesn't act 16. Because she's going through so much, that's not what a 16-year-old is supposed to go through. It's definitely not what we didn't have to deal with all that. Yeah. So, you know, I see both sides. And also Joey, yes, she is 50%. Mm-hmm. But I just, you know, I still think Bess is too hard on her in this episode. Mm-hmm. Because Joey, again, if Joey was a 16-year-old girl, she wouldn't care about showing Mr. Fricky around. If she was a true 16-year-old girl, she'd be like, well, you're the adult. You show our guests around. You do this. You do that. But she's not. She takes responsibility and she does it herself. What's Bess doing? Nothing. Well, besides flirt with Mr. Fricky, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's what she's doing. Right. I mean, she's not being an adult. Mm-hmm. Joey's the one that when there's something wrong, you know, she takes charge. I mean, Bess doesn't even know that stuff's going on in the house. Yeah. Like when the bathroom flooded or...
Yeah, the toilet. Yeah.
Bess didn't even know that was going on. Mm-hmm. Joey told her. Yep. So it's like, how do you not get it? That's why I think she's wrong.
Mm-hmm. And then we find out in this episode, because they're still arguing later, that Bess is 10 years older than Joey.
Oh, yeah.
So she's 26.
Yeah, Joey's 16 and Bess is 26. Well, and I didn't like, too, that Bess threw it at Joey like, well, I didn't want to be 26 taking care. Like, this isn't how I wanted my life to be, is taking care of you. Mm-hmm. That's so messed up.
Yeah.
Like, I would feel the exact same way Joey did, which was, well, good, I won't be here soon.
Yeah. Like, you
don't have that that much longer to take care of me.
Yeah, and what she said, you know, sorry that me and Alexander are, you know, ruining that for you or something like that.
Yeah, but I agree with Joey. I would feel the same way. I'd be like, really? Mm-hmm. And again, then give me my money that I made. Yeah. You know, I want it all back. Mm-hmm. That's what I would tell my sister. Really, if I'm just the kid and I've done nothing for this family besides be a burden on you, great. Give me all my money I've ever made back to me. Because apparently I'm worthless in the family. Like, that's the way I would take it. So, yeah, Bess, I did not like in this episode. Mm-hmm. Now, how did you like Pacey being the handyman?
Well, I wasn't sure if he knew what he was doing with everything. Because apparently something was going on with the furnace. Like, there was no heat.
Well, so, yeah, there's no heat. And when he was in the bathroom mopping, because the toilet overflowed, it was funny, though, because he said, note to self, or whatever, for his career option, delete hotel management. I thought that was funny. Because it's like, okay, we know something Pacey doesn't want to be. Now, when Pacey brings in the guests, because Joey's like, we don't have any guests, and he's like, sure we do. And he brings everyone in, and, you know, Joey, of course, isn't happy. I mean, did you see your face, too, especially when they were when was it Andy that said how she likes her coffee taken, or was that Jack or something? And then Jen's like, "Don't wake me up past noon or before noon." Like they each had something that they were telling Joey.
Yeah, Andy was she needed a 7 a.m. wake up call, and I think Jack said he drinks black coffee. No, I think Jen said she drinks black coffee,
No,
and to wake her up
Jen was
before
the
noon. Yeah,
yeah, Jen was the "Don't wake me up before noon" one.
yeah, I think.
But I was just like, all right, you got 3 needy customers right there. And then and so then Joey's like really like then she's not happy, and then you have Dawson's parents walk in, and then Dawson is not happy.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was funny. I'm like, well, in one little second, you made Joey and Dawson mad. Did you like when she like dragged Pacey outside to yell at him?
I didn't notice that she dragged him.
Oh yeah, she grabbed his arm and pulled him outside.
Yeah, but then Dawson and Joey were yelling at him.
Yeah, and he's like, one at a time.
Yeah.
Which was funny. And then that's where Joey tells him they could lose the house.
Yeah.
And he didn't realize that because, I mean, they just found out. Mm-hmm. But she was making it seem like he should have known. And they just came back from the bank. So it's not like Pacey should have known.
Right.
But that's how she was taking it.
Yeah.
And then Dawson, what'd you invite my parents for? Mm-hmm. And he's like, maybe you should talk to Mitch. I asked Mitch for help. He's the one that invited Gail. So why don't you talk to him? Yeah. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, me too. And then before Pacey can call Mr.
Fricky.
Yeah, back to tell him, never mind, stay here. And then sure enough, he just arrives already there, and not Andy, Joey assumes he's somebody else, and then he introduces himself, and then oh no, it's too late. He's here.
Mm-hmm. Did you like though when Dawson goes and confronts his parents in the bedroom? And then Gail's like, well, Mitch is gonna leave when everybody goes to sleep.
Yeah. I mean, I get how they wanted to help Bess and Joey, but it was kind of weird how they just got divorced and now they're acting like they're all married and happily married and everything. So
I don't know. I feel like the writers didn't know what to do with them as a couple. Mm-hmm. Like, do we put them together or do we not? Because one episode they're fighting, this was the same thing in season 2. One episode they're good, one episode they're fighting and getting a divorce, and then they're back to being all cute, and then they're not. Like, pick one. And here we are, like you said, just last episode. They're either getting a divorce or got one. And now this episode, they're all good. Like, they should be having feelings. Mm-hmm. Like, they literally got a divorce.
Yeah.
Wouldn't they have some kind of feeling against each other?
What do you mean?
Like, because they're acting so, I don't know, like close and bonded, and it's just weird because they should have some type of something against each other because...
Is that meant?
Yeah. Like, Mitch should be mad that Gail ruined the marriage, and Gail should be mad that, Mitch doesn't want to fix it, and that's why they're getting a divorce. I mean, so they both have sides, but they're not upset at each other.
I think because they got past that, so now they're just trying to figure out how to coexist with one another as friends so they can co-parent Dawson.
I think we know by now. Dawson doesn't really need parents because he parents them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Also, when Dawson and Mitch are outside on the dock, I thought it was weird that Mitch said, what is it that Mitch says?
I just put that, Mitch explains how they can still be friends after ending their marriage because there's no time limit on how long you can care about somebody, especially when they've been a part of your life for so long already.
Yeah, but he said something about like Dawson being jealous or something.
He just he wasn't accepting that him and it.
Oh, he said, yeah, I wrote down, it's weird that Mitch says to Dawson, I know you're threatened or something. It's just weird. It's like, why would you say that Dawson's threatened by you being nice to his mother? I thought that was weird. I'm like, you would say that to like another guy. Like,
I didn't really.
you wouldn't say that to your son. Why would he use the word threatened?
I don't know. I don't remember him saying that.
He did. I wrote it down. He said, I know you're threatened. And Dawson's like, I'm not threatened. And I'm like, Dawson's like, I'm just mad. And I'm like, exactly. Why would you use the word threatened? It was weird.
Wasn't he like trying to tell Dawson, like, I know you're not happy with us being friends?
Yeah, but he used the word threatened.
Okay, yeah. I would have to rewatch that scene.
Go ahead, because it says threatened. I was shocked. I actually like replayed it. Yeah, I didn't like that. I'm like, why are you guys trying to like, or why is Mitch like acting like he's trying to like win up Dawson? Like, it's just weird. Like, you're the father, an ex-husband, and you're the son. Like, it's just weird.
Yeah. But I did like the scene with Pacey and Mitch.
You did?
Yeah.
I didn't like Mitch in the scene either.
Well, I mean, he was like going at the wrong way at first, but
no, literally, Mitch was mean. He said when
the beginning.
Well, yeah, at the beginning when Pacey was chopping the wood, and he was saying that, like he ruined it by having like Mr. Fricky come and stuff, and Mitch is like, guilty as charged, and I'm like, again, really? And then oh yeah, and then when Pacey brings up how he wanted to just like kind of like fix the furnace instead of getting a new one, to save money, obviously then the furnace is going, is out, died, yeah. And then Mitch said, instead of thinking of all the of all that's gone wrong so far, I was like, Mitch, this is why I didn't like him. A lot of that could have been cut out. You're not funny, Mitch.
Mm-hmm.
I was so upset at Mitch. I'm like, Pacey doesn't have really a relationship with his parents, let's be honest. So the fact that you're supposed to be like the father figure to Pacey, and then you're sitting there cutting him down when he's already beating himself up, that's what Dawson does. Yeah. I don't need to see Mitch doing the same thing.
Yeah, he did turn it around and said that Mitch said that Pacey doesn't give up. He hasn't given up, and
after he throws the apple.
Yeah.
Does he realize the gators are gonna come and get it?
Oh, I didn't know that either.
You don't feed gators, so why is he throwing the apple?
I don't know. I didn't know it was him throwing an apple.
Well, whatever he was eating, he threw.
Okay. Yeah.
Looked like an apple, and yes, then he said, "What makes you care so much?"
Yeah.
Obviously, Mitch, he cares so much because he loves Joey.
Mm-hmm. But he doesn't say that because we go to the next scene with...
No, but the look on his face.
Yeah, Dawson and Gail. Again, tries to talk to her about the whole thing with her and Mitch. And of course, it goes nowhere. Dawson wants it to.
It never goes anywhere when it comes to Dawson.
Yeah, but she did just explain that the decision to break up doesn't happen overnight. Like, it has to be done like over and over again every day. We decide that decision. So
when they go to their rooms and Jack and Andy are in the room together, which I think is weird. Isn't it only like one bed in the room?
I thought there were two.
I don't know. But it was weird that or it was funny when Jack says he's gonna move into Jen's room if Andy mentions home or family one more time. Yeah. So does that mean Jack would be in the same room as Graham's? This is what I mean. Oh, yeah. Did Jen have her own room? That would be a 7-bedroom house.
I don't know. They didn't explain that well.
No, because I'm like, well, then Jack would be with Graham's too, which is really weird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, it's already weird he's sharing a room with his sister.
Yeah.
And now he'd be sharing a room with them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then Dawson and Jen are looking up at the moon outside, and that's when Jen brings up the time she brought up her past to him and asks him what made him so scared about it.
I am so glad that Dawson said he was wrong when he reacted that way.
Me too.
I was like, for once, Dawson can see his past as a mistake. Like what he did was a mistake. Right. I'm like, thank you. And then he even said like he feels sorry or whatever for the person that
is too insecure to see the magic that she has.
Exactly what he was. Mm-hmm. Remember? So it's like, But I was so happy. I'm like, for once, we're seeing a better side of Dawson.
Yeah.
I know it'll change. I won't go on and on about him right now, but like of how good he was in this episode. Well, he didn't annoy me. I was happy he was helping Joey, and I was happy that he said that to Jen.
Yeah. And I thought the scene was funny was all the guys, Mitch, Jack, Pacey, and Dawson were trying to start that fire.
I have a question.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be a joke. How many guys does it take to start a fire?
Apparently more than 4 with them.
It only takes 1 grams. I was just like, oh my God. And then they're all, no, this is how you, I'm like,
yeah. And then she tells them and they're so confused, so she has to show them.
well, yeah, she's like, move out the way. I'm like, the fact that and they're all like looking at each other, huh? Like a bunch of dummies. Yeah. 4 dummies right there.
Yeah, and then the foreshadowing with her saying she used to watch her husband.
No. So yes. So it was weird because like as soon as she lit the fire, everybody's like starting to like unzip their jackets and like take off their blankets kind of, and I'm like, y'all know
it wouldn't happen.
It would still be cold. So if it's ice cold in the house, it doesn't just change because there's a fire started. Right. It takes a little while to heat up the house. Yeah. So I was like, the fact that they're all just kind of like, you know, starting to just, oh, I'm good. There's a fire. No, bad acting. On anyone that was starting to take off their jackets. And yes.
So Grandma's just telling a story about how she used to watch her husband sleep in front of the fireplace.
Yeah, she said, you know you love someone when you can spend the entire night just sitting by the fire, watching them sleep. Love it. Yeah. You know, that is a lot of people's favorite lines.
Oh, really?
Well, it's a big part. I don't know if it's our favorite, but it's a big part of the Pacey and Joey. Like, people love that line because it's obviously what happens.
Yeah, I can imagine people use that voiceover of hers to put a clip of.
Yep, they do. That's where they get it from.
Yeah.
And then they use it over Pacey watching her.
Yeah, I used to make videos like that so I can usually tell what they do and what they use.
Yeah. So what did you think of like them all around in the living room? And they're all saying something that reminds them of their childhood or life.
It was a smell that's attached to a memory that they were sharing. Yeah, I mean, I thought that was a little too long. They could have just kind of shortened it or had less people.
Well, yeah, because it's like everyone had to say something.
Yeah.
And
Joey's was the one that was actually important.
Well,
the plot.
I have a question about that. Not Joey's, but do you think you can smell snow? I mean, we have snow in Michigan. Do you think you can smell snow?
Well, of course, I first thought of Lorelai because apparently she can in Gilmore Girls, but I can't. Can you?
Nope.
No.
I mean, no, because my nose is frozen. I mean, think about it. You can feel cold.
Yeah.
That's what I can feel. I can feel it's cold outside, and there's snow on the ground. I can't smell it.
Yeah.
My nose is too cold to smell anything.
Yeah, and I think it's just frozen water. It doesn't really even have a smell to begin with. So.
No. Water, water doesn't even have a smell.
Yeah.
Unless you have like well water. But no, you can't smell snow.
Yeah.
I can't. And I'm in Michigan that has snow.
Maybe if you have like the nose of a dog or something, but not really by
you just sniff the snow.
I feel like they might smell something. I don't know.
I dare you when it starts snowing to pick up snow and see if you can smell it.
No.
That'll be your test.
And what are we going to review that on the podcast? Or what?
I'll review it for you.
I can't really show anything because this is our voices, but.
Yes. I'll come back on and we'll find out if Cynthia can smell snow.
Okay.
You won't do the test anyway.
I'll probably forget about it anyhow.
I know. Well, apparently we're supposed to have snow next week. So you can smell it then. No, I don't. I've picked up snow because you have snowball fights. I can't smell it. Again, I can feel the snow. I can feel it's cold outside. Yeah. I cannot smell it.
Right. So, yeah. I don't know who was that again?
Pacey.
Oh.
Because Pacey was like, this might be a little weird, but I mean, do you guys think you can smell snow? And then Mitch is like, yeah. And I'm like, liar. And then he brings up his memory of snow. And I'm like, huh? That's not really something that you can smell.
I'm just thinking. I just remember him talking about snow. I thought he was talking about like the whole restaurant that he worked at with the vanilla scent that he tried to mask.
Mitch did, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Pacey, like.
Oh, I keep forgetting it's Pacey.
Pacey, my boyfriend.
Just because we haven't seen any snow in the show either, so I forget it snows there. So, does it ever snow on the show?
What state are they in?
Somewhere on the East Coast, so they should.
Massachusetts.
Yeah. So.
I don't know if it snows there.
We've only seen like summer and like what, early fall and late spring maybe.
I have a question. Is it really warm there? Because they were acting like it's really warm there. It's really warm in Wilmington, where they filmed, but is it warm in the state?
Probably not.
That they're in.
At least not like them in the show.
Well,
No.
I know if the state of Massachusetts is anything like Michigan, no, it's not that hot.
Right.
It's not 100-some degrees. Mm-hmm. We're lucky if we get to 90-some degrees.
Yeah, so Joey shared her memory of her mom cooking bacon in the morning.
Bacon. You know, I do love the smell of bacon.
Mm-hmm. And then,
now, whose did you like the best? Cause,
memory?
Yeah, because, like, or just the smell. Because, like, she said bacon. Andy said car smell. I don't know what Jack said. Dawson said whatever for
juice.
film.
It was juice.
Yeah.
I can't.
For Jack. Dawson's was something about film, the film smell. And did you hear what Jen said?
I know, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, really?
Go ahead.
It was mothballs. What?
And then she was like, I know that's weird. Yeah, that is really weird. Mm-hmm. But, okay, I think the best one, because I can't smell snow, but the best one was bacon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't eat bacon, but I do like the smell of it.
Because it gives you that, for me, it gives you like that warm smell, like cozy when you smell bacon. Yeah. So even when I go to a restaurant, I'm like, it smells so good in here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's when Joey says that that's what her mom wanted to do, save enough money from her job at the bar to open up her own B&B. So that's why Joey wanted to do this time to have her mom's dream come true, even if she's not there to see it. Mm-hmm. And she, tells Mr. Vicky or whatever his name is that
Fricky.
Yeah.
Fricky.
Yeah. That she's sorry that it's not like a 5-star B&B and it's been a bad experience, but she's sure that her mom would have loved it. I thought that was sweet.
So, in the episode that I guess we didn't go over, was Andy in the hallway telling Jack, bringing up, "Oh, Dad misses you."
Right.
And then we cut to them at Graham's house, looking for a heater. Mm-hmm. And then of course, then she looks around and she sees that it says Jack Milk, and then Jack has his own coffee cup with his name that looks like a kid wrote it.
Yeah, it's an inside joke.
And then she's like, "What's going on? Like, what? You got your own like little family here." And she's like, "It must be so nice," and kind of guilting him into coming home. Mm-hmm. And that's when he was like, "It's you. You're the one that wants me to come home, not Dad." Yeah. It's like, but you couldn't figure that out beforehand. Right. Dad does not like you. We've established that.
Yeah.
The only one that does care and love you is Andy. So why would you think that your dad would want you home? Your dad is perfectly fine with never seeing you again.
Well, he did try to make that attempt before to have him come home.
Yeah, but when Jack said he wasn't, he was like, okay. Like, it wasn't like, I'm going to keep trying.
Yeah, well, Jack told him to ask him later on down the line, so I guess...
Yeah, but where's Dad? Mr. McPhee is nowhere to be found.
I guess he's working out his state again or wherever, like before.
Yeah.
Arrived.
Well, yeah, when everything happened. And where's the mom?
I guess still in the treatment center. We just never seen her.
That's the thing is Andy never says, I have to take care of Mom like I did before. Yeah. So Andy is home alone. That must...
Maybe she's just in a home now. Because she's so mentally far gone.
But it's just, I'm like, wow, being in that big house.
Yeah.
So she cooks, cleans, talks to herself. Okay. Because she has no friends.
Yeah.
So it's because she's supposed to be part of the group, but really Andy in season 3 has been distant from the group.
Yeah.
She's becoming Jen in season 2. So isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Every season they're picking a different character to be outside of the group. And it's
so
really
it makes
weird.
sense why Andy was so, focused on the play too.
What other storyline would she have?
Yeah.
Because remember, all the storylines that she's had are small.
Yeah. Or they don't last very long, like shit like the cheating on the testing.
Well, yeah, there's that. Then she had Jack, or she had helping Jack trying to talk to a guy online. Like, just little stupid stuff. She had being the disciplinary. Like, it was just little small stuff that I didn't care for.
Yeah, she was only brought in to be Pacey's love interest. No, she's not. They don't know what to do with her.
Yeah, just like they didn't know what to do with Jen when Jen wasn't Dawson's.
Yeah.
It's all about the guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the girls are just only there to make the guys look pretty.
Yeah, Joey too.
Yeah. Yeah, because she's supposed to be Dawson's best friend.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just really weird, in my opinion.
Yeah, me too.
And
And then the next morning for breakfast, everybody's already at table when Joey wakes up.
Well, earlier though, when Joey is fixing,
The furnace looks like.
yeah, she says shoot, and Bess is like, well, don't swear at it.
Yeah,
I didn't.
flirting with it's gonna help or something.
Yeah, but I didn't realize that's a swear word
I don't know. Maybe it was in that world.
in the 90s.
Yeah.
I
Like,
was-
she couldn't actually swear for real because of the network.
But it was just weird. I was like, that's not a swear word.
Yeah, maybe she is more sarcastic too.
I don't know. I just thought that was weird. Oh, and then it was weird because like Mitch and Gail bring up the dream of the fish restaurant, and I was like, fish, gross.
And then
Do
apparently
you like fish?
Not really.
I was all gross. Like I cannot stand the smell of fish. It's so disgusting.
I just
so
eat
when
like tuna once in a while, but
So when they said that, I was like, ew, gross, gross, gross.
yeah. So like apparently it was Gail's idea or dream to have the restaurant and not Mitch's like before.
I thought
so,
Mitch was the chef.
Yeah. So apparently it was like her dream more than his, but they never brought it up until now.
Yeah. All of a sudden, now that she doesn't have a job,
Yeah.
oh, look who's the parent that doesn't have a job.
Mm-hmm.
Just thought of it.
Yeah. So now I'm just interested to see if she'll actually go through with.
So yes, that morning, as you want to talk about,
Yeah. Breakfast.
Joey wakes up, and that's what I mean. She's in her own bed.
Yeah.
That's when you realize Joey has her own bed.
For the first time in forever since before the baby was born.
All right. What did you think of the scene downstairs? And
It was nice. Cause she told
she
everybody
couldn't
to go
hear all the
home.
ruckus.
I guess not. She's probably tired, just knocked out. But yeah, so it was nice because she did tell everybody just to go home last night and stayed, and they made breakfast and everything, before their 7 a.m. breakfast time apparently.
Well,
Around that time.
for them it might be 7 a.m.
Yeah,
because Mr. Fricky's there too. So Joey probably just slept in.
yeah,
Because I think the reason why she was the last one up is because she thought she kicked everybody
Right,
out.
yeah.
So she was like, well, I can sleep in because nobody's going to be there in the morning. Everyone went home.
Mhm.
Well, she realized when she woke up, they're all still there,
Yeah.
having a good old time.
And Mr. Frick, I can never say his name.
Fricky.
Yeah, I said that even though the furnace was broke last night, it was still the warmest place he's ever stayed in, and that the pancakes were like the best in the county or the best in the state or something
Well,
like
it was
that.
funny though because Joey tasted them.
Yeah.
And she was like, what's going on? And Bess is like, what? And she goes, these aren't yours.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you're a terrible cook. And I'm like, Joey.
Yeah. Well, she did try to make that turkey, and that turned out to be a disaster. So.
But she worked at the ice house. She had to make something.
Well, I don't know. Maybe somebody else was cooking. Like I said, we don't even know what happened.
Well, then Pacey was like, oh, should we
Thank the chef.
thank the chef? And then that's when Bodie comes out. It's like, he's alive.
Is that the same guy now, or is it a different one?
No, it's the same one.
Okay, I can remember what he was like before. 'cause
Well,
was
it's been
long.
2 seasons.
Yeah,
But I'm like, look, and then he's holding Alexander. I'm like, look, they're both in the picture.
yeah,
And also before that, when they're all dancing and stuff, it's all cute. And then Joey was like, what's going on? And Pacey was like, oh, get the lady a coffee. Joey hands her a cup. There was nothing in it.
Hands you a coffee now?
Dawson hands Joey a coffee.
Yeah.
There was nothing in the cup. Because they showed like this much of the inside, like half of the inside, and there was nothing in there.
Yeah, I didn't know.
If I'm having a cup of coffee, I'm going to fill it to somewhat the top.
I guess.
So where it's about to like spill out.
Yeah, I guess I didn't have anything to pour in the cup, which is stupid. But
It's stupid because you had juice and stuff around the table that everybody else had in their cups.
Yeah, because like I know for Gilmore Girls,
Yeah, they used like Coke.
yeah, so I don't know why they couldn't do it for that too. Here as
Well, they used Coke because wasn't it Alexa?
Yeah, she didn't
Alexis
like coffee.
Yeah, she didn't
Yeah.
like coffee. So they used Coke.
Yeah.
But Joey wasn't drinking it, so they could have put something inside to make it look like there's something in. Even if they had just given it orange juice, put something in the cup.
Yeah.
But it was just weird. It looked like nothing was in the cup. I had an issue with that because have you ever noticed on shows, it's like every show. They're like walking down the street and they're going like this, like moving
like
their cup around.
if it was
Like
real.
if they have if they have coffee or hot chocolate or something, and they're just moving it around, and I'm like, or tipping it, and it's like, wait a minute, if you really have a drink in there, you're not tipping it around.
Yeah. They're probably just too focused on the acting that they don't remember that they're holding it.
Or
act
they're
holding
like,
it.
or they're like a waiter, and they're like walking real fast with the food or with the drinks, and there's nothing in there because I mean you'll spill it, and so they're just like, oh, but really they're just moving the tray around, and it's like you got to hold that still, otherwise you're gonna spill it all. But again, if there's nothing in there, then you're good. But at least make it look realistic. So yeah, I had the issue with the no coffee in the cup.
And I thought it was a sweet moment between Joey and Bess when Bess found the old book that their dad gave their mom as a Christmas present like 10 years ago, and that they signed their names, Joey and Bess, as their mom's first guest for her B&B. I thought that was cute. And then Henry and Jen are at the pier, and that's when Jen tells Henry about her past, and he
you know what I just thought of?
What?
Talking about the B&B. You know how so in this episode we learn Joey grew up in that house.
Yeah.
It's always been a 2-bedroom house. So because obviously, well, no, but like Joey was sleeping on the couch because Alexander was born.
Yeah.
And then obviously Bess had her own room, so it was a 2-bedroom house.
Yeah.
But when they were growing up and Joey was 6 and Bess is 16, they shared a room.
They had to have been.
Because otherwise it would have been a 3-bedroom house. Because the parents would have had a room and the girls would each had a room. So they must have shared, because I'm like, the continuity in this show.
Yeah.
But they don't really say, oh, remember when we grew up, and we were like best of friends and you learned everything from me because we shared a room. They don't indicate that they shared a room, though.
Right.
But they've definitely indicated that there's only a 2-bedroom because Joey's bedroom was the living room. Oh, and think, they had to buy beds and everything. That's a lot of money.
Yep. And then Henry and Jen are at the pier, and that's when Jen tells him about her past, and he has a complete opposite reaction than Dawson did.
Yeah. So Henry said, when she's talking about her New York life, and he said it's a part of who you are, and he's thankful for that. I'm like,
Yeah, made her.
oh my gosh! I'm telling you, Henry always gets to me now.
Yeah.
Like I just love him.
That was a very mature response.
Well, and he's just so sweet. I love it. But what I didn't love was at the beginning of this, their storyline at the beginning, when he was like, yeah, I got a job, and he got
A free meal.
Yeah, free meal instead of getting paid, and he wanted to take Jen out.
Yep.
And what does Jen do? Shut him down.
Yep.
And I'm like, here we are, hot and cold. Last episode.
Yep.
The whole episode was Jen realizing he's so great. She needs to be with him. She wants to be with him. And in this episode, she's being a little witch. I was like, what is going on?
I know.
Why do we keep going back and forth with this girl?
I don't know.
She just, the whole last episode, she was like, I'm so sorry. Basically, like, I'll make it up to you, blah, blah, blah. And then we cut to this.
Yeah, it's like she keeps forgetting how great Henry is and has to relearn that fact over and over again.
This is why he deserves so much better.
Mm-hmm.
Because she is so evil.
Yeah.
Why does she always have to keep messing with him?
I guess
It's not funny anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it was never really funny, but it's irritating me now.
Mm-hmm.
Because she keeps doing it.
Yeah.
Even after he yelled at her,
right.
he still went back.
Yeah.
And then here we are. He's going to, he's trying to be all sweet and romantic, and she shuts it down. Oh my gosh, I did not like it.
So, since you've seen the show, does this eventually end and they start dating, or just stop?
No, they date.
Okay. So, you won't be like this forever then?
Right.
Okay, good.
But yes, I was so happy that he was so sweet to her. Because
Yeah.
she's been so mean.
Mm-hmm.
He should have played a game on her just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
That's what she deserves.
Mm-hmm.
She deserves something because, she's just irritating.
And then Dawson thanks Pacey for taking care of Joey.
Oh my gosh.
And that he's glad that she has him.
Yeah, and Pacey was saying how she, I don't know if you have it written down, but how she does.
Isn't easy.
Well, yeah, and she always has,
more than 2 seconds.
Always has something to say.
Has an opinion about everything. So yeah, he's eager to let Dawson.
Well, it's funny because he's like, she's definitely not easy. I was like, oh my God. And then
I feel like you already knew that beforehand.
Well, yeah, then Pacey's like, you can take her whenever you want.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Pacey, that is not how you feel. And then it was so cute though, because Pacey was like, how'd I do? Or what'd you think? Whatever. He goes, you did just fine. I'm like, oh my God. Because again, here we are again in this episode. Dawson is looking at Pacey like, why are you doing so good? Because again, in Dawson's eyes, Pacey is supposed to be the loser friend. Remember the birthday party? And he's reiterating it when he's sober.
Right.
He's no longer being rude when he's drunk. He is sober. And he's saying, basically, why are you doing good?
Right.
And I'm doing bad. How did we switch? And it's like, as a friend, especially your best friend, why would you think anything less of him?
Right.
That is so... Pacey doesn't think anything less of Dawson. So why are you treating him like that? He's so much more than what you think. And it's so irritating. Because Pacey deserves to have a different best friend. Who actually loves and respects him. Because it's not Dawson.
Yeah, I think Dawson cares just like not the way that he's supposed to. Like he thinks it's fine, but it's not really.
He's too judgmental and annoying.
Mm.
And always criticizing him.
Yeah.
Let Pacey be who he is. The lovable, caring guy that we love.
And then Jack meets Graham and Jen outside where he tells them that Andy wants to move back.
Well, what did you think of Jen and Graham's handing him the bag? Carry your own bag.
I mean, like, I get it for him to carry Graham's bag, but yeah, Jen could carry her own.
I mean, I carry my bags.
Mm-hmm.
Even when it's like my dad around, it's like, no, I can carry my own bags. I don't need a guy to carry my bags for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he just like tells them what it meant for them to take him in. And
yeah, when he had
someone so cared about him.
Yeah, when he had nobody.
Yeah,
and now it's Andy's turn.
Yeah, he's reminded. He's her brother, and Jen tells him to go home, and they all hug. That was cute.
Well, Jen's face is kind of like, don't leave me. But it's like, Jen, you have Grams.
Yeah.
Like just, the look on her face, though.
I know.
But you probably didn't notice that.
No, I didn't. Because she just got so close to him, and she like having him around like that, so she's just gonna miss him as all. That's why she.
I know, but she needs to look bigger because Andy needs him.
Yeah, I know, but she was just still having her feelings, and she can have the feelings.
So, do you think Jack should go home?
Yeah, especially if Andy's alone like that.
Well, because you could argue what's best for Jack is that he stays at Graham's.
Mm-hmm.
But the flip side is,
Their dad's not around.
well, but also, it is a sister, and you have to be there for your family.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, you should be. And, Andy didn't do anything to him that would make them have like a fallout where you wouldn't want to speak to each other.
Yeah.
So, and Andy even said, like, I'm not guilting you, but you kind of were.
Mm-hmm.
But also, yes, Andy needs him right now. So he needs to go home. And then maybe we'll finally have some brother-sister scenes.
Yeah. And then we see everybody at the end, Bess, Cody, and Alexander
Oh yeah,
outside
I
the
felt
picnic.
I felt like the ending of like they didn't, nobody was talking. You just saw it all.
Mm-hmm.
Like a video. I just thought it was so I thought everybody was where they were supposed to be.
Yeah. They've done this before on the show, so.
Well, cuz yeah, usually the ending is something that's happening, but this one was everybody was where they're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because then Pacey walks in and he first, was like, "Hey, Joe," but then he realizes she's sleeping on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
And then she already had a blanket on her, but he just tucks her in.
Yeah.
And then he sits by the fire watching her sleep.
Yeah, just like Grams used to watch Grams.
Because, that's when you know you love someone, right? According to Grams.
Yeah.
And I think it ended the perfect way. Pacey watching her sleep. And also, you did get to see Gail.
I got that place.
Yeah, because Mitch gave her the address.
Mm-hmm.
And so obviously she she has an interest in it. So maybe we'll see something of that.
Yeah.
Because again, I wanted them to have more story than like they're just
divorce?
like they're divorced or the affair or they're just Dawson's parents. Like they're still people.
Yeah.
So I really do hope that they make this restaurant a reality just because the show needs something more.
Yeah.
And again, I just want them to have more story too.
Yeah, me too.
Because they are good for the show.
Mm-hmm.
They're the only parents on the show. Parents.
Yeah, I know.
Because Grams is the grandparent.
And then Bess.
And Bess is just like the older sister from all. So, hey, look, they have each generation. So is that everything? Have anything else to add?
No, but it does seem like that this is the start of something for, for everybody really, but mainly Pacey and Joey.
Well,
am I right?
Well, yeah, but also Henry and Jen.
Yeah, them too. I'm just saying because I know Pacey and
Joey.
Joey are like more of a focus than Jen and Henry. I'm guessing, right?
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, they are the core of the show, so. Well, yeah, they're now putting the two main characters together.
Yeah.
They tried that before. It didn't work.
Right.
But, this one works. What?
No.
Okay, you're telling me the scenes that they have are not cute.
No, they are. It's just, I'm surprised they spaced it out so long, really, because something was happening in season 1, and then kind of season 2 it fell apart just because he was dating Andy, but I don't know. I'm just surprised they did go back eventually to this.
Well, they kept trying it with Dawson and Joey. It wasn't working.
Right, yeah. So
time to bring some new blood in this.
Yeah, they wasted time there.
Yeah. You actually said that about Dawson and Joey.
Yeah, because they work better as friends on a couple.
Okay, do you think Dawson... See, you said Dawson. Now Dawson's mad. Do you think Pacey and Joey will work better as a couple than Dawson and Joey?
Well, I haven't really seen them be a couple yet, so I can't really say right now. But with the whole B&B, they did argue, but Pacey was still trying his best.
Because even when they bicker, it's so cute.
Yeah. And it's not like the way that Joey would fight with Dawson, That was real fighting, Pacey and Joey are just more kind of picking at each other, teasing each other. So it's not to be mean. It's just,
Right.
Yep. So, the highs and lows.
So I loved this episode. This is actually one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
I just love the whole feel of that. Of like them all working together and, again, I love when they're together. Like the whole cast. And I love that they brought in Dawson's parents and Graham's. Like everybody was just together and I love that.
Yeah.
And see, the thing is, you don't always need an episode with drama.
Right.
Because they all did just fine with very little drama. Because it was just all sweetness going on. And they just all worked together so nicely. So honestly, the high was really the whole episode for me because I loved it. And the low, Mitch being mean to Pacey and Dawson.
And then mine was the high was just everybody showing up to help Joey and Bess with their B&B, and then the low would just have to be I don't know, just Dawson with his parents and all that conversation. I didn't really care for it.
Oh, yeah.
And then rating?
I'd rate this. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
10.
Wow.
Well, I told you, it's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say 9.
What? What was wrong with it?
I don't know.
Why aren't you giving it a 10? Have you given any episode a 10?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
But yeah, I just didn't really care for Dawson and his parents.
But that's who he is.
Yeah. And then best and worst characters?
So for my best is Pacey. I've missed saying him for the best. Well, I haven't said him in a couple episodes, I feel like. So I think it's just right that I say it's Pacey for this episode. Because, yes, he did invite Mr. Fricky. But he also could have, if he was really a jerk, he could have been like, it's all on you. I'm not going to help.
Right.
But instead, anything that went wrong, he took care of. And so, you know what? That's why he's the best. And plus his comedy is so good. And then the worst was Jen.
With Henry?
Yes. Why is she so flip-floppy and hot and cold? And I got a whole lot of things to say about her.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, she was just the worst. I don't like that she's so mean to my Henry.
And then my best is Pacey, too.
Really?
Yeah, because he was still trying to help at the B&B after things went badly at the start. And then the worst is Bess, just how she was treating Joey and the whole situation with the B&B. About going on, she has no responsibility and all that. And then here she is, leading the way with the B&B and showing Mr. Freaky around and everything like that.
Right.
Yep.
All right. And then what is the next episode?
Episode 13 of season 3 is called Northern Lights.
Oh, Lord. And we just want to wish everyone a Happy New Year. Can you wait for 2024?
Oh,
that is going to be so weird. I'm not going to lie. Everything after 2020 has been weird. Like to say. Because I'm so used to saying like 2015, 2016. And now it's just weird to say 2020 something.
Right.
And now it's 2024. We are getting old. All right, you guys. Thanks for listening.
Yep, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Duo Chat. If you want to chime in with your opinion about the episode and the show we discussed, you can email us at duochatpodcast@gmail.com. And to keep up with updates about the podcast, you can follow us at Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Duo Chat Podcast. And give us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. We would really appreciate it.